So I'd like to understand why, because these are naturally occurring peptides. And supposedly when we were little, we had a huge amount of all these peptides, right? And then the amount wanes as we grow older. I assume is the, the usual degenerative just the human condition, but also maybe the impairment in our gut, that we're not absorbing enough of its essential amino acids to make these various peptides. That's what I'm assuming. What are your thoughts? Why they drastically decline as we age?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know. Well, I mean, so for example, if we look at CJC 1295, which is a growth hormone secretagogue, right? Or ipamorelin. So these are both peptides that stimulate the brain to make more growth hormone. Mm-hmm. So they're not replacing growth hormone. So we know that we make less growth hormone as we age, mm-hmm. either number one, because we're older, and number two, because maybe we're not sleeping as well, or there's more stress. There's, you stop making growth hormone for any number of reasons. Maybe you're not exercising enough, or, there's ways to naturally increase our growth hormone, but the reality is we have lifestyles that overwhelm our bodies. Mm-hmm. And are right. And so I think that in the case of the CJC ipamorelin, it's not that you stop making CJC and ipamorelin, it's that your growth hormone levels drop. And so these are a way to stimulate the body's production of growth hormone. For BPC 157, I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to your question. All I know is that we have the ability to reintroduce it at therapeutic doses to kind of kickstart those processes again. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Thymosin beta 4, it's a thymus peptide. Our thymus gland involutes as we age. So maybe we're just not producing as many of those thymus peptides. And so, you're fine if you're healthy, but as soon as you have a challenge, you don't have those reserves anymore. And so by introducing the peptide, we give the body that boost and that signal to do what it once knew how to do on its own.
Yeah. And of course, the side effect profile is very low, but still, there are people with side effects, and it's a little bit puzzling because it's so similar to, it's the same as what your body has been seeing, right?
Yeah. But don't forget that they're synthetics and that they're fragments of proteins, right? Like I don't tolerate thymosin beta 4 or CJC and ipamorelin. I have histamine responses to all of those.
Yeah.
So, and I see that a lot. Like, that Facebook group that I run is now over 14,000 people in there. And it's not that it's the overwhelming majority of people, but it is not uncommon. If people are going to have a histamine response to a peptide, most of the time it's going to be a growth hormone secretagogue or TB4. There's a fragment of TB4 that actually has a negative impact on mast cells. Mm-hmm. So people with mast cell issues are